I put us up there too, so that we can look at the camera-ish and have better eye contact. Pretty sweet, huh?
But where do we look at Craig?
Well, when Craig talks, he'll appear up there.
Okay.
Hello, I'm talking.
Right okay, cool. Oh.
So this is the same deal.
Cool.
Yeah, neato. But sometimes if I just cough, I'll just appear, right?
Let me close this window because
just mute that.
There we go.
Okay.
Everybody still here?
I'm still here.
Okay. I've got even one more fun thing to do to start our podcast off here. So we're already live on the Crafty Time channel. Craig's down with going live.
Cool.
Yep. So we should be live on Crafty. Yeah, it came out on Crafty Time's Twitter. Come see at Wheezy Waiter on our podcast live, and there's a link right now. So if you see that tweet, Craig,
yes,
that's the link.
I see it. Aha!
Let's all retweet it.
I'm gonna.
Because you have one or two more followers than we do, I'm sure.
I have. Twitter is my social media of choice. That's for sure.
It's the best one.
I put the most time into that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say doing a little podcast action with these folks.
Yeah.
And revealing secrets.
Cool.
The clickbait.
I love a good clickbait. The shirt's too white for this video, I realize now. That's all right.
Wait, doing podcast action live with these folks. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You ready to start the podcast, Fiona?
Yeah.
Say something, Fiona. Make sure I get the level on you.
Hi, my name's Fiona Thomas Gray.
There you go. And I'm Mark here on this mic. I'll turn that up a little bit. And Greg, your level's good already. And you're recording on your end on a Zoom or something, right?
Not yet. But I'm about to.
Okay, go ahead and start that.
Okay, I'm recording. I'm just recording to GarageBand. It's easier.
That's fine, as long as you can send me like a WAV or whatever the heck it is. Doesn't matter. A big fat digital file that I can.
Why do we have so many microphones right now?
In fact, I'll just leave. I'll leave like 3 hours of dead space in the other end of it just to make it.
That'd be great. Just make it extra large.
Yeah.
Because that's how I like it. And yeah, this mic's going into that camera, which is going into the computer, which is going into the internet.
The live stream.
So Craig's hearing us on this mic, and the podcast is recording on these two mics.
Nothing's coming out of this.
That mic is not. It's nothing. It's not plugged in. Like, you can smack me like Greg Benson does. All right. Am I too loud? All right. So this is recording. You're recording there, Craig?
I am recording, and we're broadcasting live, and I'm looking at the chat.
Is there some chat? Oh, you can see the chat too.
Should I respond to it in the podcast, or would that be weird?
No. Let's ignore that. This is more about the audio podcast, and I'll glance at it if I see something. I'll keep it open over here. So if we see something, brilliant, pop up. Okay, ready to start? Here we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually figure this out so we can play our theme music here. We're gonna keep it opening. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
I'll take a deep breath. A lot of breath when setting all this stuff up.
I don't remember how it starts.
It's like, welcome back to Crafty Time. And the music.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to Crafty Time.
With Mark and Fiona.
That's right. We did it live. Amazing.
That's the best song I've ever heard.
Well, it's part of just the Apple catalog, I think.
Well, I actually didn't hear it at all. But yes.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Okay.
No.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's called Diggity Dog.
Did I kill the illusion just now by saying
Well, you're the first person who might have heard it. How would that have been possible?
Well, here is our guest for this morning.
This is Mr. Craig Benzine, also known on the internet as Wheezy Waiter.
Hello.
Very famous on the YouTube. Thank you for coming, Craig.
Thanks. I don't know if very famous is the right phrase, but yeah, a little bit there. And also, I'm not Greg Benson. I'm Craig Benzine. Let's make that clear.
Don't make that confusion.
That's true.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. They're spelled completely differently and pronounced differently, and you look different, and you live in different cities.
There's a lot of differences, but some similarities.
If the cops were chasing one of you at VidCon, you could pick up either one.
Yeah, I think I've been exercising a lot. I think they'd probably get Greg before they get me.
That's true. Yeah, you're faster. He's got kind of a bad knee, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And he's often carrying a baby. Now, I had lunch with Greg and his baby the other day. with Charlie.
Yeah.
He's so adorable.
He's a very cute kid.
Yeah.
His Instagram is like
Yes, he
just
is.
pictures of his baby.
Yes, he is. He is adorable. I just got done listening to the podcast with you interviewing him, and so he's fresh in my mind. And you guys talked about me in that, so I felt like I should talk about him a little bit.
We did, and then you talked about that on your video today, which was very sweet of you to shout us out.
Hey, no problem.
No problem.
It's entertaining stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. Everyone seems to be starting a podcast now. It's kind of a thing.
What? Not me.
Well,
yeah. Wait
a minute.
Yes, I am.
Wait, you do have a podcast.
I'm starting a podcast.
Yeah.
I listened to the pilot of it when it first came out. I've subscribed. Yeah. I haven't listened to the first episode yet.
You listened to the teaser?
Adorable.
Yeah, it's called Story Not Story. It's my wife China and I laying in bed telling each other stories made up on the spot.
That's pretty sweet.
That's basically it. And we've recorded 2 now. One of them's out, and we plan on maybe, because Playlist is coming up, big YouTube conference. Well, not a big one, a smaller one, but it's a conference. We're gonna try to get some guests maybe to lay in bed with us and tell stories.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we should totally do that.
Yeah.
And do you have like a YouTube channel analog for it? Like, is there a Story Not Story YouTube channel in support of it?
There is. It doesn't. All the podcasts will just go up onto the YouTube channel. It doesn't have a catchy name. It's all numbers and letters.
Right.
But it's linked on my main channel, Wheezy Waiter.
That's cool.
In the sidebar. Yeah.
I like your channel graphics too. That cartoon of you guys in bed is very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. That's Kenny. I don't remember. It's listed his full name, but he. I do a gaming channel. I've been playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and he tweeted at me a picture of me as Link, and he's from the Netherlands. And he tweeted at me, and I thought that was great. And I looked at his channel, and he does cartoon artwork for a living. And so I just asked him, "Hey, you want to make this artwork for me?" And it turned out fantastic.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love fan art. Fan art is the very best.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
the artwork for our podcast.
That's true.
Yeah, I drew the picture.
You did.
And then Dad put it together.
Yeah, I laid it out, did the text and the cardboard background and all that.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
And
you're much better drawer than me. That's for sure.
Why, thank you.
But you may be a better drawer.
That's not saying a lot.
But if you can hold more socks, that makes you a better drawer.
I do. I have pretty big hands.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I guess you can't have all talents, you know.
Well, you gotta be good at. Well, you kind of occupy an amazing sort of area of YouTube, I think, because you've been like a kind of YouTube role model of mine for a long time, because you were one of the first people I saw doing it sort of every day, and doing interesting things, and being entertaining and funny every day, and well,
keep saying good things about me, please.
I will, and making a living at it, and gaining the kind of VidCon notoriety and all that jazz, and. And yet, it's funny because you maintain this like level of YouTube famous, right? But then there's all these kids like swarming past everyone, to like all these young people. It's like millions and millions of subscribers. And I've never heard of these people, and I don't get what they're doing.
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way. I mean, I don't. I think a lot of young people are watching YouTube. And it's really much more about the social aspect of it than anything else. I think it's feeling like these young, good-looking people are your friends when you can follow them along in their life. I'm not interested in that. That's not even what YouTube is. I don't want that to be YouTube for me. I just want it to be. I want it to be a source of entertainment. I want it to be. But I guess it's sort of a. To me, at the beginning, YouTube is always like a YouTube, like a more low rent version of television, or like I could cheaply by myself make entertainment the way that television makes entertainment, just like very stripped down, very simple. and that's the way I've thought of it. And so it's always bridged. It's always been questionable what was real and what was fiction. It's always like
Right.
Wheezy Waiter is sort of a character,
Right.
but that has kind of gone away over the years because it's all just bled into my real life so much.
That's true. And you have certain like biographical details about your lifestyle that you speak as if they're real, and you can stick to your story about
like you enjoy coffee and
like
stuff
the alligator
like
pit and the you know, all the totally real things like the cloning machine.
But then
that's all very real. Yes.
Characters within your character as Wheezy Waiter, because there's all these different personas that come up.
That's true. There's different clones. As I think me in real life Craig. I mean, the clones are real. The alligator's real. All that stuff's real. But like me as a person, when I'm on camera for doing a Wheezy Waiter video, a lot of the time it's more just like a heightened, quicker. I don't know.
Like louder, faster, funnier. Craig.
Yeah, intense, and also more arrogant. I think I try to make Wheezy Waiter kind of full of himself a little bit.
Yeah.
In real life, I talk slower. I deliberate and think before I speak, and I'm much more. I don't think of myself as very arrogant. So
I was shocked to read some of your scripts on Patreon to see how like much you've written it all out. You know, because it seems really spontaneous. I mean, it's all like comedy jokes and whatnot, but they're very maybe that's just a skill of presenting. You know, because you always it seems very extempo, like the jokes, you're nailing it, basically. You're like very good at delivering these jokes and making them seem fresh, like you just thought of them.
Well, thank you. That's the goal. I think sometimes I have to do multiple takes, but after doing this for so many years, it's gotten pretty easy to get into the zone and just fire out the lines the way that I'm supposed to. But then again, like as I said, like sometimes I go back and forth. Sometimes it's more realistic. Like for like 4 months last year, I did like the daily vlog stuff, which was just purely no script. It was just, this is what I'm doing today, and it just followed along. A lot of editing, but no script. But now I feel like I'm leaning back. I'm going back towards scripted. I'm feeling like I'm getting more excited about writing something and performing it rather than showing my life.
Yeah.
I think I got into Casey Neistat at first for a little while there. I think he's very entertaining. He's very good at just shooting at his life and making it fun.
Well, he's managed to kind of engineer his life into this incredibly photogenic world. Is that great?
Oh yeah.
He's built
and then he goes on runs all the time.
And he's flying to Amsterdam,
New York.
all the time.
Oh yeah, he's always doing crazy stuff. But I started doing that because I thought, I'll give it a try. See. I'm getting kind of bored doing Wheezy Waiter traditional stuff, so I'll try that. And I tried that for a while, and then it started to feel completely empty to me. It just started to feel like I'm just showing my life. And my life is me showing my life, and it's just like a circular thing that doesn't.
It's a snake eating its own tail eventually.
Yeah. And I feel like if I script something and I make a story out of it, a fictional story out of it, then I'm actually creating a thing that exists rather than just this weird circular thing. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I've tried to do that myself. You know, like tried to do the vlog. I did one in Las Vegas. I like distinctly was trying to kind of just do Casey Neistat style. I did his exact font. And his exact kind of music, and I put a time lapse of the intersection with the cars going by and everything just to try to do it. And I'm like, okay, I could do this. But then again, it's just like.
But most of the time, you're just sitting on your butt
editing
videos.
Editing videos.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. When you're doing that, it ends up being most of your life just editing.
Yeah,
just editing video.
So what's your regular process though? Because I know famously you spent a year before you quit your day job of just getting up early, making a video, and then going and doing a waiter shift. But like now that it's full time, how do you know when you're done? Or when to start?
Well, lately things are, constantly in flux. Like I've in the past few months, I've significantly reduced. Like I've been taking a little breather on Wheezy Waiter, and I've only been putting out one a week for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
But I guess traditionally, I think the usual process for Wheezy Waiter would be, if I were up to like 3 videos a week or 5 videos a week, would be, yeah, it depends on the video. Sometimes it's not as scripted. Sometimes it's off the cuff. But if it were a traditional scripted Wheezy video, probably be a couple hours writing, couple hours shooting, couple hours editing. It's probably like 6 to 8 hours of making a video, and I try to do it all in one day.
Right.
It's all. I treat it like a day job, just a full 8-hour day. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And sometimes the editing and the writing and the performing all happen at the same time. Sometimes it's like I'll write something and I'll do it, and then I'll start editing and I'll be like, I could do it better this way. And then I'll go back and shoot it and go back and edit and like just kind of back and forth throughout. When I'm doing something by myself, it's easy to do something like that.
Yeah. That's kind of
a lot of work, but
for Professor Puppet, that's kind of the same thing. Like think of an idea. And when I was trying to do more of them, like one every day, I'd think of an idea and and I would just sort of write it pretty fast. But like I knew if I got to 2 pages at the font that I like, basically, like 14 point with a space after each period, so I could read it.
Yeah.
And with Professor Puppet, the great thing is I don't have to look in the camera, so I can like look at the script on screen, and Professor Puppet's up here looking in the camera. So I could just go straight from the script in one take and go all the way through, which is the great cheat of a puppet, I suppose.
Yeah. Yep.
But, I mean, how do you do it? Are you like getting one line at a time and then doing it, or do you have like a prompter? How do you do that?
I just memorize it. I'll just look at it on my laptop and memorize line by line. It's usually pretty easy if it's just a sentence. If I'm editing it, I can just do like a sentence and then zoom in a little, do another sentence, zoom in, zoom out, and do another sentence. It's not that hard to memorize. But lately, the video I'm making in the middle of that's going to come out on Monday. I've been trying to get longer takes in there, trying to memorize like big chunks.
Yeah,
because I find that the jokes, if I complete a joke all in one shot, it's better than if like I cut it up.
Well, yeah, that preserves the illusion that it's all off the top of your head as well.
Yeah, right. It is. It's totally off the top of my head. There's no script.
Yeah. I like I know some people use teleprompters. I've got one actually that I bought years ago at some trade show, which I just used for it's great for shooting people doing monologues or doing whatever. Yeah. But it's kind of
a
pain in the ass to set up.
We use it for Crash Course and for mental floss videos that I do.
Oh right. That's right. Yeah. That's your other new show, your new Crash Course show about cinema.
Yeah, film history.
My dream gig,
I did Crash Course Government, and since just starting Crash Course Government like 2-3 years ago, I don't remember when we started. I was constantly saying we should do film history. We should do film history, and it just so happened that Nick, one of the Complexly employees, one of Hank's employees, Nick Jenkins, he used to teach film history in college I don't know if he was a professor, but and he wanted to do it as well at the same time. So then we both kind of were advocates for it until it finally started happening.
That's cool.
Yeah,
because that was my pitch. I think I might have written them an email to pitch Professor Puppet doing it like 2 years ago, because I was doing that Pocket Films. I don't know if you saw my Pocket Film School that I did.
I don't know if I saw that.
I did when they opened up YouTube Space, or I was able to use YouTube Space finally with Professor Puppet. I did like 9 episodes where on the sets that they had there, they were cool. They were like it'd be a big scene going on, and then Hans would pop up and introduce the topic, like stage line or whatever, and then it would go into this really kind of complicated description of what I was talking about with all the actors and stuff.
You went to USC, right?
Yes, I did.
So you learned all about film history and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I went to UW-Madison communication arts radio television film. So basically UW-Madison has a great film program, if you're not doing production. Everything else, film theory.
Right.
And so I learned all that stuff in college, and so it's great to relearn it. And we've already shot all 16 of my videos, and then Michael Aranda is doing film criticism, and then they're doing film production. Someone else is doing film production, I believe.
Oh.
Whole empire.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a whole empire.
A whole empire. Empire.
Well, my one note I saw, I think it was the very first one when you're talking about what sprocket hole. You mentioned talking about the camera, and you mentioned like sprockets, and they showed a graphic, and the film was going sideways, as if through an SLR instead of vertical. You know, the frame was going this way, and the frames were wide this way, as opposed to going up and down like it would a movie camera.
I blame Thought Bubble.
100%.
Blame them. Yeah.
Thought Bubble. You bastards.
Yeah, you've done so much great stuff, but
those cute animations
I'm angry.
are wrong.
but that's like I teach classes at lynda.com about film and other stuff too, and it's sort of the same thing. Like there, I write the whole thing, and then it's cool because they have the studio. It's kind of like with Crash Course. I go there and they shoot it and they edit it, and that's great.
Yeah.
But then it comes back, and like sometimes they miss the point on the graphic once in a while, just so slightly. It's you don't want to complain or point it out or anything. But
right.
It's just like they mentioned white balance, and they showed they were talking about. When I was talking about daylight white balance, they actually showed the little icon from the camera of shade as opposed to sun. You know, just such a I don't know. That annoyed me. I was like, should I have them fix that? Yeah. Just
well, when in doing government and doing film history, when you have there's often comments where we'll get something wrong or they think it's wrong and it isn't wrong.
Yeah.
But when you have those comments, it can get annoying, but it can also be like we're doing something that they respect enough that they feel like they have to correct it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Right. Well, YouTube has, I think, I don't know. People feel, I think correcting somebody gives people a thrill on YouTube. If someone gets something wrong on television, you're like, oh, I know something they don't. I am smarter than television. And like people, I've had people correct. I made this one called How the States Got Their Names.
That's funny.
And it sort of blew up a couple of months ago, got about 500,000 views. And every day it's like, no, Idaho actually means this. Or, oh, silly. The one I get so often was people said, it's not America. It's the United States of America.
Oh yeah. I've gotten that on Wheezy Waiter. I've gotten that on Wheezy Waiter many times, and I've since made it a joke. Like I'll every time I mention the United States, I'll have to say. The joke is different all the time, but now I call it United States of America.
Right.
So, just that's a way to help me remember to say it that way because it's just annoying to see those comments.
Yeah, if you're in Europe, they call it the States or the U.S. It says U.S. in the news and stuff, but America is America. We're number one. Okay, it's we can be America.
If you say Americas, then you're talking about the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing is, like, people will comment on your videos like before they see the information.
Yeah, they'll like at the beginning before.
Yeah.
Like it's coming. They guessed that I'm not going to get to the right.
Yeah, I think for me the comments that affect me the most are two types of comments that affect me the most. The ones where they pompously correct you and they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or it's a more personal attack on you, and it's something you already think about yourself. Those are pretty tough.
Yeah. If they like real insecurities.
Like if they nail it, like if they get it right.
Yeah, most of my angriest ones are all about politics, because I've made some pretty,
divisive,
pretty on point political messages.
Yeah.
That
I think politics gets really tricky because, well, one, because everyone has a strong opinion, but two, I think people, it's hard to argue facts with politics because opinions are so.
It's so emotionally driven.
They bleed into the facts in a way that makes people blind to the facts.
I remember in like the movie Inside Out, there was a really funny shot where they're like going through her brain. and they knock over some like transportation truck, and it's a bunch of boxes that say like facts and opinions, and they get all mixed together. And they're like,
those
oh,
get
it
mixed up
happens
all
all
the
the time.
Yeah. Oh
But
no.
politics is like religion. People
Oh,
believe
yeah.
it because they believe it. And
Yeah, but with religion, it's completely belief. It's it's not a fact-based thing. So
Right.
that's really hard to argue about with.
yeah, but there's no point arguing about it because it isn't real. Like it's not a thing you can touch.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the point of it. Like it's supposed to be, you're supposed to have faith, you know. So it's hard to argue anything about religion. When you bring facts to opinions, I think that's where the biggest arguments come in.
Yeah, but politics, my God. But that's what we were talking on email yesterday about, like motivation to make videos, because I did a video every day in October just as sort of a test to see if I could crank up the heat, you know, to try to get some steam going onto my channel.
Whoa! Every day in October?
I did Vlogtober. I did a video every day in October.
Oh yeah, okay.
With Professor Puppet, and about 15 of them I thought were pretty good. About
Cool.
5 I thought were top, would go in kind of my I recommend folder.
Yeah.
Like the best one is the first one I did, where I broke down YouTube into like the 5 reasons to do YouTube videos, like the 5 vet qualities, and we're talking about this, like community is one where you feel like you're part of the community. Entertainment is obvious.
It's like personality.
I saw this video.
Yeah, information and something else. But then after that, I was sort of burned out. Then the election happened, and I just worked so hard on this VR video about Hillary Clinton being president because we shot it in the Oval Office set.
Oh no!
So I was like, oh God, I spent all this time and money on this thing.
It was a VR video.
Oh, you got to see this. It's called
like,
VR MacGuffin.
Very complicated. It was about like time travel and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because it's starring me, and it's in virtual reality. And the kind of the MacGuffin is that the time machine is the camera, and it's you grab onto it, and it zaps you back or forward in time.
And like there was this like White House or Oval Office set at YouTube Space. Yeah. So it's like, what do you write for this?
I know a girl who does a lot of Hillary Clinton work, you know. So I used her as a president, an unnamed president, blonde female president.
Oh, so you could still release it. Have you released it?
Oh, I did. I released it.
Oh,
the thing is, I was going to like spend like another 2 weeks on it, making like the spatial audio, so when you turn your head, the stereo works with it.
Oh,
but cool. I put it out there. It kind of does that, but not quite 100%.
Yeah.
If you have a Google Cardboard, you should check it out. It's good fun.
I don't, but I will check it out.
I'll send you one. I have some branded ones they gave me from Veer.
You've been doing so much like
awesome 3D,
VR, 3D printing, all that stuff lately.
I think that stuff's really cool. I don't think I ever want to make something for it. It just seems too complicated.
It is. It's very complicated.
Well, he knows how to do it. If you have an idea.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, actually, I literally do. And YouTube Space. They don't have a YouTube Space in Austin, do they?
They do.
They do have a YouTube Space.
Well, they had a pop-up YouTube Space. I think they have a Google office. Yeah.
Because YouTube has access to these Google Jump cameras, which it's a thing with 16 GoPros in a circle. You can shoot all at once and give you and the stitching is easy. You just take the cards out and upload all the video to their server, and then Google stitches it all for you and sends you back these 8K files that are 360 3D.
Wow.
Which are pretty spectacular. And that's what I shot the VR MacGuffin with.
I think that would be fun to maybe do at least one Wheezy video in that way.
See the whole office.
Maybe I'll enlist your help for that.
Well, yeah, we could coordinate it for VidCon if you're coming to town for VidCon.
Interesting. I am coming to VidCon.
I always love your main stage performances.
I think I've done like 6 of them maybe. I don't know if I'm doing one this year.
Oh yeah?
I don't know. I've said this the past 3 years that I didn't want to do it because
it's such a hassle.
Because it's really a lot of work and a lot of stress. Because I have to get it all done in that time, and then I'm not able to enjoy like the rest of VidCon. Really, I have to edit and work on it the whole time. I've said that at the end of every VidCon, like I don't know if I'm going to do it next year, but then I always end up doing it. This time, I might not. They might not even ask me to this year. I don't know. VidCon has changed so much, and when I do those main stage, I feel like the first 3 or 4 were great. The audience was great, and now it's like I feel like when I walk out there, no one knows who I am, and it's just weird.
Like, who's this old bearded guy on stage?
That's weird. Like
Yeah.
I went to a thing in YouTube space, and Fusi, who's a YouTuber, FusiTube,
Yeah.
he was talking about
yeah.
you know, the whole kind of challenge. He's really big. He's like getting 5 or 6 million probably, but about how even there you're kind of watching your back the whole time. And when you get really popular, you become even more of sort of a slave to the kids who want you to do exactly this one thing they like. And if you divert from that, you lose them. And he was talking about this thing I thought was so fascinating, the invisible cool. Like there's the invisible cool that can just move on. Like
the invisible hand, like Adam Smith.
Like Adam Smith, the invisible hand of the marketplace. But Epic Mealtime used to be like the coolest thing, and everyone was super into it. And they've kind of carried on doing the same thing, and it's sort of slipped off the table as far as relevance and people are interested in it. You know. Yeah,
I think before I go into that, let me just say that I did do a main stage thing at NerdCon, which I think was like my favorite one. Yeah, I put that one up on the channel on Wheezy Waiter.
That sounds fun.
I think I saw that.
And that one, the crowd was like it was a more tight knit community, so it was fantastic.
I like that whole faction, that whole kind of Vlogbrothers vector of YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Good community to be a part of. But back to your point about invisible cool, like I think that's not even new. I don't think that's new to the internet at all. I think
it's fast.
There's always
the internet, maybe.
It might be faster, but not a whole lot. I think like even if you look at TV shows, most TV shows don't last longer than 7-8 years usually. And in those 7 or 8 years, there's really only like 2 or 3 seasons where they're like really at the top.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like maybe except for a few exceptions like Friends or Seinfeld or something.
Right.
And then those seem to come back. Like Friends seems super popular right now too, even though it's not airing.
Like your generation.
Just like my generation watching it on Netflix.
Yeah. But it's still not the most popular. I mean, it's got a resurgence, but I feel like humanity just can't handle it longer than a few years, you know? Like we have to move on.
Yeah. I guess the key is you have your hit, and then when that ends, you kind of jump to the next hit.
Yeah.
Like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, you know, hop to the next show and then ride that for a couple of years, then the next thing. Yeah,
some people are really good at just staying with the wave of popularity. I am not good at that. I feel like I had a surge in like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
And then it's just been a slow decline since then. Listening to Greg Benson talk is very similar. Mindset.
Yeah.
I feel it, but I I just like what I'm doing. Like this is what I want to do. I want to make things by myself for people. You know, I want to make entertainment for a living. I don't feel it's not fun for me to just constantly think about what's popular and go do that because it's popular.
No, you don't want to do that.
Are you ever worried about like losing too much popularity on YouTube?
And then not making a living? Yes, that is a worry for sure. That's a worry, but then again, if it happens, that's okay because I will figure out a way to make money. But it'll be a little disappointing, but everything will be fine.
But you've reached the level of it where because there's a whole there's a cohort there of people who had a certain amount of success on YouTube and then get hired to do other people's things and
like
get on other shows like Crash Course or
Mental Floss and cool stuff like that.
And then from there, it's kind of a very small shift to getting like a show on History Channel or something, or some other show you create.
Like Veritasium, that guy.
Yeah.
He's had a like History Channel show or something,
PBS,
and now he's on like Bill Nye's new show.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And like he's basically like a good-looking nerdy guy who talks about science, who started on YouTube and now is doing a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He got very popular on YouTube. Very, very popular.
Yeah.
His advice 2 years ago at VidCon is what sort of shifted me. about, they had a science panel, and they said, he's like, he was contradicting what everyone was saying about, oh, you got to do a video every day. You got to just keep at it. And he's like, don't do that. That's bullshit. Make one video that's great. Just work really hard to make one that's great.
Yeah.
That doesn't go viral, make another one.
I don't know. I don't necessarily, I don't know if it's an either or. I think you could make several that are great, but not like spend your life savings on them. You know, you could, I don't think you have to make one every day. It depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're like we were talking about earlier about young kids who are treating it more like actual social media, and it's just I'm your friend and I'm here every day being your friend on YouTube. Then yes, you probably have to do it every day or be very, very active all the time. But if you want to be successful in entertainment, I think maybe lean more towards Veritasium's philosophy, where make one really great thing. Then again, that makes me nervous because then you're spending so much time on one thing that might not end up being great.
Right, and then then people have forgotten about you in that 2 months you spent working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's lots of people who end up making great things that do pretty well, but doesn't make a career. You know.
Yeah. No, I think basically he's wrong because I tried that. Because I got after Pocket Film School, I kind of did that. I kind of focused on just the bigger productions that I would write and have a cast come in and everything, and shoot at YouTube Space on the big cameras. And they were great, but they didn't really get any more views than just talking to the camera.
Or you could look at like Casey Neistat, who's done some like crazy big productions, like the snowboarding, like as Santa and all this like drone stuff that take months of planning, but then he's still making videos every day.
Oh yeah, he just doesn't sleep. He's just insane.
Yeah.
And he runs 10 miles a day, that son of a bitch.
I mean, I think I had the mentality back earlier when I was rising in the YouTube world. I was not sleeping very much. I was just working constantly. I'd get up super early before work, make a video, and then go to work, actual work, and then the next day do the same thing. And I think it does, regardless of what you do. If you're gonna do it every day, if you're gonna do it once a week, if you're gonna do it once every 6 months, regardless, you do have to work hard on that thing that you're gonna do. I think you're gonna have to devote everything to it if you want it to be as big as something like Casey Neistat or Veritasium.
Yeah. But I think you can devote all your time and energy to that. A lot of kids will.
Yeah.
And they still won't get anywhere because maybe they're not that compelling or that attractive or whatever.
Hopefully they will have learned something along the way.
Yeah. But like, what's the thing of like 10,000 hours that you have to like work a certain amount of time to like get good at anything, like playing an instrument or something?
Yep. I was just reading. I think it was
Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah. What's the book though? I can't remember.
It's called Outliers.
Outliers. Yes.
Is that it? Yeah, Outliers.
That is the book. Yep. I just read that book a month ago or so, and great.
About how Bill Gates would ride his bike for an hour to go program for 4 hours a day when he was 16, at the moment when that skill became necessary in the world.
Yeah, and the most billionaires, the most creation of billionaires and wealth that happened was right around the Industrial Revolution. That was when we created more millionaires and billionaires, apparently, because they were all born around the same years before the Industrial Revolution. All the people.
Yeah, they were the right age to do it.
Yeah. So, like, the book makes the argument that you have to be good at something, you have to be exceptional at something, but it's much more because of your circumstance. Than anything else. Yeah.
The best part was when they noticed that all of the best first draft hockey players in Canada were Aquariuses.
What?
Yeah. Because they're born in January, and so they were the oldest kids in their grade of school.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. But then they discovered that it didn't just apply to sports; it applied to everything. Like people who were older in their class performed better generally in school. So basically there's the idea that there are gifted people that are just geniuses, just they have some sort of special a magical ability within them that makes them better is usually not the case. It's gonna be circumstance, which will have a large part of it. And and I've always kind of believed that. I've always kind of believed that, if I really want to be good at something, if I really want to succeed at something, I'm just gonna have to work really hard, 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
And maybe that sounds arrogant, but I think I could probably do whatever I want. It'd just take a lot of work.
Yeah, and a lot of time.
Well,
yeah.
What do you want? What do you want to be when you grow up, Craig? What's your ambition?
Oh geez. See, that's actually the major problem. If you've been watching my videos the past few years, it's sort of like, what do I do now? I've been trying different things because the traditional Wheezy Waiter stuff was it wasn't exciting me as much. I did the beginning of this year. I did a video every weekday for the first 3 months as sort of a way to get back to what I used to do. And then China and I went to Europe for 2 weeks. I took a break, and then I haven't gone back because I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was actually doing what I wanted to do when I made the videos every weekday.
I felt the same way in October. I did every day, 7 days a week, and I got burnt out on it. I was just like, okay, thank God that's over.
Yeah. I think when I'm making things one after the other constantly, it becomes more about, you just feel like you have to do it. You just feel like you're making something because you have to, to make something.
Yeah. Or even I think going back to Casey Neistat again, he stopped doing daily vlogs for a little bit and then did a video later explaining that he felt like it was just a struggle and
it got too easy for him, he said. He kind of had the formula down.
And it wasn't. Yeah. And he wasn't living his life anymore. So now he's doing most kind of daily vlogs, but then he won't do it if he's hanging out with his family.
Yeah, he's not religious about it, which I kind of like better. He's sort of more chill about it.
Yeah,
I feel like
I think we're gonna see more instances of that with him. I think we're gonna see in the future. We're gonna see another video where he's like, I have to take a break, guys. Sorry, this is just not fun for me.
And probably more big projects and
he
stuff.
Did sell
his
company
and
$25
everything.
million.
But he's still doing it. He's still working at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now Jake Roper's working for him. They've got all these red cameras and studio space, and they're going to start making crazy stuff.
Yeah. I saw that, which I think. Yeah, I think part of it, what I made a video recently where it was about, I want to feel useful. I want to make something. A lot of my videos just felt like dumb comedy that didn't. That's just stuff I've done before. It's not gonna. I do think there is a use for it, though. I do think the thing that kept me making the videos is that I know that there are people who they need my video, or they need some kind of regularity and entertainment to because it makes them happy. So.
If I depend on spending a half an hour every morning while I'm eating breakfast looking at YouTube, I want the bin full of stuff I can watch that I like.
Right,
that's familiar.
Exactly. Yeah, people like familiarity, even if it's something that's kind of what they've seen before. Yeah,
or that's if you're binging a TV show and you're watching an episode of it every day, and then you finish it, you feel empty inside. So you're what am I gonna watch now? Even though there's a whole thousands of hours on Netflix, you're should I start over?
Yeah, exactly. And I think you asked me what do I want to be when I grow up? I think I want to figure out. I'm figuring out the balance between being useful and entertaining to people, and having fun while I'm doing it. And right now, that's taking the form of telling stories on a podcast with my wife, playing a lot of Zelda and recording it. And
how's that going? Is that Zelda making any money?
Not a lot of money, no. But it's fun.
You do it anyway.
I bought the game, and I was kind of like, maybe I'll record it, maybe not. I just bought it because I wanted to play it. But I'm actually kind of enjoying. Now I'm streaming it on Twitch while I play it, and it's really fun to interact with people chatting with me while I'm playing, and they're telling me what I should do next and stuff. And I'm getting better at it. It's becoming a lot easier. It's becoming a lot more fun to just stream a video game live and record it. And it's so China. I've recruited China to she's dealing with the uploads and everything of the gaming videos.
And
sweet. Yeah, and it's so easy, no editing, just like it's just record and be done, and it's just fun.
How do you shape? That's one thing I've thought about, because how do you know when to begin or end a gaming video? If it's just like more of the game, is it like one quest or something?
Well, when I first started, I just did it. I just ended when I felt like it. It was just like, yeah, this felt like long enough, and those that were like 45 minutes, and now it's kind of stretched out to an hour, and just because it feels right, it's just like that felt like a good time, and it always ends up being around an hour.
Yeah.
Do you feel weird gaming by yourself now, like without
with no one watching?
Yeah.
I don't game by myself.
Like it's all game in front of a camera.
Well, actually, no, I do play Zelda offline too. Like I'll explore other areas I've been to already. So, and it doesn't feel weird. It's still just fun. It's just a really good game. It's a really, really good game.
I watched about 45 minutes of you playing it the other day. So I was like, what is this Zelda everyone's saying?
Well, you played GTA a lot.
I played all of GTA. I loved GTA.
But
yeah, I mean, it's like that in that it's open world.
Does it have prostitutes you can pick up? And
no, unfortunately,
like a really big gun that you can shoot helicopters out of the sky with.
Actually, there are helicopters that shoot lasers at you that you can shoot.
Oh.
You can throw bombs at. Yeah, it's not quite the same, but it's something. And then back to it, like the stuff I'm doing when I grow up, and I'm also making Wheezy videos once a week right now, and so far I'm enjoying them. I'm getting back to a place where I'm just enjoying them, and it feels like, and I feel like I have something to say, something important to say that kind of matters. Even not like some world-changing thing, but just like often my videos aren't really about anything, and that's fine. I like Seinfeld, but now it feels like they actually have some sort of narrative flow to them, which is nice, and that comes, I think, from not making them so often. I think from
that makes sense.
I have time to think about what the next video is going to be, and I'm just kind of going with the flow right now and just doing the things that I'm enjoying, and hopefully continue making a living doing it.
Well, that's cool. Is there any more the good stuff coming?
Yeah. Well, that's mainly Matt and Ryan, producers. Matt, Ryan, and Sam work on that mainly these days. Matt's been doing 2 a month.
Yeah.
And Ryan's he's 1 a month, but he misses months here and there. And they get it's all Patreon funded, and they get the money for that. Matt's actually taking a little break for that because he's doing a documentary. Him and Sam are making a documentary about music, and I've seen a trailer for it. It's really good.
Because I gotta tell you, I thought the good stuff, I loved it. I thought it fit in that same mold as kind of old This American Life before it got just purely depressing. Or like Radio Lab, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of a jollier, kind of lighter version of Radio Lab.
That was initially, it was the playlist model where it was like there was like 4 videos all around a theme. We've gone away from that now because we don't have funding. So we're kind of just video by video now.
Right. Boy, PBS should really get behind you guys on that,
Well, they did. They funded That's
right. Did a season of that?
Yeah, they did a season like 2 years ago. The years all blur together to me.
Kicked it off, right?
What?
At the beginning, or did you start with them?
No, we were Google funded.
Okay.
So, we had a small funding from Google, not the premium channel stuff, but and then we moved to PBS Digital for a year or so, and then they couldn't fund us anymore. So it's Patreon now, and it's not bad money for the 3 guys working on it mainly. It's not can't make a living off of it, but it's chugging along. I think there could still be a future for it. It could resurge again. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought more people should see it. But that's cool. I don't see any chat here, but maybe I'm looking at the wrong chat on this live stream.
Probably.
Here. Is this just between us? It says group chat.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, we should look at the channel and see if there's anyone. There's 7 viewers, it says. There's 7 viewers.
Yep.
How do we find that, Fiona? We close that? She's going to find it here
We
somehow.
don't need this tab.
But
There's so many tabs.
is this
open.
it? No, just go to,
Oh, you should go to
Crafty
Archive.
Time. There. And see if we can find anything. So, let's see if anyone gets any of these things. Make sure it's, don't mute it. Or yeah, mute that. That's right. Okay, here's some chat. Do we have any chat?
There's like 5 comments.
There's a few comments here.
Yep. They're wondering if I'm balancing my camera on my stomach.
Oh, Catmandu 2000 is here, and he's one of my Catmandu is one of my fans on the because I do Professor Pepper does a live stream every Sunday of the New York Times crossword puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Catmandu is a regular.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've watched a little, but I also do the New York Times crossword puzzle. So
You don't want the answers.
no. Lately since I got Zelda, I have been doing it less. But for a while there, I wasn't missing a crossword, a New York Times crossword.
Yeah, I love that.
Nice.
I mean, I never did a crossword puzzle my whole life until my buddy Doug Blush, who's been on the podcast, he edited that documentary wordplay about the New York Times crossword puzzle.
He edited that?
Yeah, he was the editor of that.
He's an amazing documentary.
Doug is a heavy hitter. He edited 20 Feet from Stardom, which got the Oscar last year.
Oh, wow.
I just went to NAB in Vegas with him, and the guy's like a rock star. Like, everybody there is like, oh, my God. And he talks to all of it. He's a superstar documentary editor. Anyway, at that screening, they gave away a postcard, with the movie poster on it. And there was a crossword puzzle on the back about the movie.
Cool.
And my dad did crosswords my whole life, and I just could never get my head around them,
Yeah.
But then I did this. I was like, well, this is kind of fun. And then cut to a year later, and I do them every damn day, and I'm completely obsessed with them.
Yeah. I got really obsessed there for a while. I think China might have got sick of me. I have the app that I do them on, the crossword puzzle app, and I've been doing.
Sudoku.
Yeah, I mean, I do that too. Actually, I find that Sudoku helps. I used to have flight anxiety more than I do now. I still do. I still do a little bit, but Sudoku helps the best, I think, for some reason, just because it's just numbers. You're just locked in.
It's like putting all your ducks in a row. It's very like.
Yeah.
Because I can't do Sudoku at all.
I like doing it like at the end of the day to like sort things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no skill for those numbers. I've tried it once or twice. It's like I don't get this.
Well, I could show you some tricks. I could show you some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been able to solve. I don't think I've come across a Sudoku I can't solve.
Ooh la la.
So, although, I mean, there's been many unfinished ones, but mostly because the plane landed,
You
or
had something else to do.
or I screwed up earlier and didn't realize it, and then everything was messed up and I couldn't fix it.
Ooh. Actually, a lady on a plane, I think, taught me how to do Sudoku.
Oh really?
Like I was like sitting next to a stranger on a plane.
Stranger
she was doing
Sudoku danger. Yeah.
And then she taught me how to do Sudoku.
Yeah, I've learned just by staring at it for a while. That's a beautiful thing. Like in the I've always remembered this from the documentary Wordplay.
Yeah.
From the crossword puzzle, why crossword puzzles are so good for you, and also Sudoku is the same way, that it helps you realize that problems, the solution to a problem will often not be apparent at first. You're gonna think that it's impossible. You're gonna look at it, you're like, there's no way I could do this. You walk away for a while, you come back, completely different. Like you suddenly solved the thing. It comes to you for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It comes in like waves.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with screenwriting or writing a song or anything.
Drawing, all that stuff.
Like you think that there's no way out of something, but then you just need time. You just need time.
Yeah, it's true. Like I was saying when I'm doing the crosswords, I get bogged down trying to figure out one corner. I'm like, no, let's do all the ones we know first, and then the ones we don't know. Because all the ones you know, there's going to be some real easy one that you're never going to get to if you keep bogging down on the hard ones.
Absolutely. And then sometimes it's just in your brain. Sometimes it's not just getting the other ones that you know. Sometimes it just clicks. It's just like, well, oh yeah, obviously. Why didn't I think of that before? You know.
Yeah. Do you do Saturdays? Because Saturdays is the hardest one.
Is it? Yeah, I've done Saturdays. Isn't Sundays harder?
Sundays is bigger. Sundays has more squares, but it's not that hard. But
okay.
Like everything in Sunday is gettable. Like Saturday, there'll be ones that are just like, bless you, that are just like monstrous. You know, like it'll be 2 words crossing, neither one of you ever heard before.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. And, you know, and it's a pun, and it's got like 2 letters in one of the squares.
I do remember the Saturdays being very hard, yes.
Yeah.
I'm able to, I use the app, so it's a little easier on the app. So because I can
check.
Confirm, I can confirm if what I did was right. I mean, I could just get the letters if I wanted to. But
that's no fun.
Yeah, I try not to do that. Sometimes I'll accidentally hit that, but just confirming that it's right. I do that probably more than I should.
Yeah, I do it on the browser, so you can type with the whole computer.
Yeah.
It's good.
Crosswords are great, you guys.
Crossword. Welcome back to Puzzle Time.
Yeah.
Crafty Time.
It's our spinoff podcast.
Our tangential podcast.
Yeah. So I think we've got about an hour here, Craig. Should we? Maybe we should release you back into the wild.
Closing remarks.
Yeah. Well, I do have to really go to the bathroom. So.
Oh no. Okay.
And then what's that?
A live stream on your channel soon?
I'm doing a live stream on my Patreon for the patrons in an hour.
Okay.
Well, just a little bonus for the people who are sticking around.
Should we build this
to the end?
Maybe to the end. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, to the because you made it to the end of the podcast. Yeah.
Speaking of making things, you know,
I have a Skype call with my family later today to reveal to them the gender of our new baby.
Hey! Somebody's in a family way.
Yeah. Yep.
I gotta tell you, I saw it coming. I felt it in the air for the last month or 2.
Did you?
I kind of did.
Huh?
Because after Craig got his, Greg got his baby last year, and
Hank Green just had a baby.
My friend Stephanie just had a baby. It's like, okay, you guys are, you moved to this new place, you got a nice place there.
Yeah. Yard.
You seem incredibly fertile and healthy, the 2 of you. You know.
And the listeners should feel very special because this is the first. I mean, I don't know when this is coming out, but
this is live now. The video part is live.
It is live right now, and I mentioned it to the Patreon patrons, and China mentioned it to Facebook. She told Facebook.
So China knows.
Yeah, China knows.
Okay.
China, my wife knows. Yeah, not the country. Yeah, and then here basically are the only public places that I've mentioned it.
Okay.
Very quiet public places.
Yeah. Well, and Monday I'm going to reveal it on Wheezy Waiter.
Okay.
But if I get the video done, which I probably will.
That's cool.
But I'm only going to barely reveal it on Monday.
Reveal it in such a way that people won't know if they really heard it or not.
Like you'll have to scroll down to the comments to confirm what you thought.
Did he say what I thought he said?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, Craig, for joining us here.
Thanks for having me. I feel like I could have talked for 3 more hours. Let's do 3 more episodes.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'd be glad to. We'll do it soon. Anytime. This is super fun.
Congratulations.
It's great talking to you. This is the longest I've talked to you, one-on-one or 2-on-1.
Yeah.
So super fun. Is China around? Is she in the house?
She is in the house. I don't think she wants to be on camera right now.
Does want to peek in and say hi?
Well,
love her. Tell her we said hi.
Hey, China. Can you yell hi? Can you hear her?
I heard her. She said hi.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Hi, China.
They say hi.
Excellent.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we'll let you go. We'll say you should find Craig at Wheezy Waiter on everything: Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, Wheezy Waiter on everything, and a new podcast with my wife, Story Not Story. Story
Not Story. How long are your Story Not Story episodes?
So far, a half hour. Just like with the gaming videos, Wheezy Gamer. That's Wheezy Gamer, by the way, the Zelda games. But we just do them. We don't time it. We just do them as long as they are, and both have been about a half hour. So
Cool. There's lots of places to find you. You can find us on Crafty Time Pod on Twitter, Crafty Time Podcast on Instagram. And then if you found us, if you can hear this, you've already found us. So I don't know why I've been saying that. But if you want to ask us a question, we got a Google Voice line, which people can call, which is 513-FART-OWL.
right.
Which is easy to remember.
I've been meaning to call that.
So leave your reviews, the 513-FART-OWL. And actually, Professor Puppet is going to be doing a live New York Times in about as soon as I get done with this, pretty much. So,
well, why doesn't he do it at the same time as this?
Well, we've only got the one camera.
Oh,
one FireWire camera. It's plugged in here.
you need to get another camera.
I know he had lazy, so he's helpless without me. Technically,
He needs his beauty sleep.
yeah. He still wants to come out of his trailer. He doesn't just come out of his trailer for anything, you know. Are you getting an Instagram of
I'm getting an Instagram.
Tweeting, yeah.
Hey, Craig, can you talk?
Hey, I'm Craig, also known as Craig, Wheezy Waiter.
Not Greg Benson.
Not Greg Benson.
Fabulous.
Or the guy from Vsauce, or Michael from Vsauce.
Or the guy from Vsauce, or Mike Rugnetta from Idea Channel.
Yeah. That's like we could kind of do like a
Do you know any other like beardy YouTubers?
Other what?
Other like slightly beardy YouTubers with that talk to cameras.
Steve Zaragoza.
Oh yeah.
Steve was supposed to do the podcast this weekend, but he flaked out on us.
Oh, jerk.
We scheduled like 2 weeks ago, and then I tweeted him on. I shouldn't be airing this dirty laundry, but I texted him Thursday. Hey,
dude.
I texted him Friday, and finally Saturday. I'm like,
we saw him at the Renaissance.
And we saw him at the Renaissance Fair a couple weeks ago. He's like, no, we're totally doing it. So now he's booked for the 21st of May. So hopefully the 21st of May.
Yeah,
we'll have him right here in the seat.
He's a busy dude. He's great though. He's great.
He's a tremendous cat. Yeah. I met him before he ever became YouTube famous. I met him at Comic-Con, and he was dressed like an Ewok. He was at this tubby Ewok with glasses.
Yeah.
All furry, all the way down. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, pretty much every YouTuber I know, behind the scenes scoop, I've enjoyed them all. Like, there's no terrible person that I've met. Maybe there is, and I don't want to say it, but pretty much everyone.
So guess in the comments who the one bad YouTuber is. All right, well, let's wrap that up. Thank you for talking to us, Craig.
Yep.
Best to China. Congratulations on your incredible news.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And keep the podcast going because I'm listening. So
okay, good. We'll try.
All right.
We'll go to France Tuesday for a couple of weeks. So
and I'm leaving the country in 5 months.
She's going to college in Scotland.
You're going where?
She's going to Edinburgh in Scotland.
That's where our honeymoon was. That's where China and my honeymoon was.
Yeah? I'm going to college there.
It is. What? Have you been there before? Or,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're currently going to college there.
No, I will in September.
Oh.
She's graduating in a couple
It is
of
one
weeks.
of my favorite cities. I loved it. Yeah.
I'm so excited. The University of Edinburgh. I'll be studying fine arts.
Ooh.
You see, this whole podcast that I'm doing with Fiona is just like a trick to stay connected to her when she moves to Europe. So
that's a good idea.
You know.
I'll remember that.
If you're in Europe within like the next 5 years,
be sure to drop by.
All right. Well, will probably likely go back to Edinburgh because that's a great city.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I got to go there soon. All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you very much. That's it. I will now push the button.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. Boop. Last words? Nope.
Boop.
Boop.
Boop.